Welcome back, everyone. We get things kicked off tonight here in Blountstown at Bowles Field as the Tigers get ready to host Madison in what is bound to be a battle on the turf in the 1A region final. Hey, Scott, little change in the schedule tonight. This game was actually supposed to start at 6, but was pushed back to 7 due to weather. Now, this is the first game in the best-of-3 series with the Indians hosting St. John's River. Now, Coach Johnson and his guys, as the boys basketball state playoffs are set to tip off, the Tigers hosting Bozeman in the 1A region semis. Now, Malone is the #1 seed, Bozeman the #4, but those rankings may be a little misleading when you take a look at their records. The Tigers are 22-5 and Bozeman 22-4, so only 9 losses out of 53 games combined. Coach Jones was right. The Bucks also pitching their ace as well in senior Jeremy Todd. However, Todd, who led the county in 2021 for home runs, will not be hitting again tonight, just like the first time these two met this month. Now, if my hair is any indication of how the wind is acting out here, it is blowing hard. So potentially that could affect some of the play tonight, but I'm going to be here covering this one, trying not to get blown away, and we will have those highlights coming up tonight at 10. Scott? Hey, Scott, a big intra-county rivalry game here tonight in South Walton for week 2 of the high school football season. 3A versus 4A. The Seahawks hosting those Braves. Now, there's a few other reasons that you guys should be hyped up for this matchup, because with a win tonight, Mosley will be 10-0 with a perfect regular season for the first time since 1981. Now, as it just so happens, a few players from that 1981 roster are here at the game tonight. But they're not here just for the night. They've been here all year long. They were also district champions back then, and they're district champions this year as well. A full circle story of 2 coaches coming back to where it all began. I've got Jay and Tristan right behind me. They're going to show you their throw-ins. And then Jay's going to show you his. And I'm going to show you mine and show you that it's not actually as easy as it looks. And I made a new friend out at Sharky's. This is Snoop. His owners tell me it's Snoop, D-O single G instead of double G. A good boy waiting to be seated. But I have to say, Allison, he's only 18 months old, so I'm not really sure how he got a spot at the VAR, but probably had to do with those puppy dog eyes. And we get things kicked off tonight on the gridiron with some high school football postseason action. Pick things up in the first. Opening drive, Jamie Hampton with the handoff to Tommy House, and he heads outside the action. He's 25 yards downfield and into Tiger territory. Blountstown defense not having any of it. Big fourth down here. Hampton looks to throw. Big guy Deontay Reed gets a hand up. Too much pressure in the pocket, and that's a turnover on downs. Tigers can't make anything happen with that, though. Second quarter, Cowboys ball once more. Hampton to House again. He heads to the near sideline this time, and Madison fans clearly hyped up for this one. Beatty in the way, but House takes it to the house, and Madison is on the board first, 7-0. DeShondre Washington, bounce pass to Woods, pump fake from Clark, and a jump shot just inside the arc, and double for the Raiders. Here's a fun one. Scramble in the paint, Jalen McDaniel gets the ball, finds Michael Jefferson, and he's going to lay it in for the Raiders. Kyle to Josiah, McCall to Pittman, who kicks it back out to Kyle. He makes his way into the paint, lays one in, and the Finns get their record back at 500, now 10-10. In that playoff, Yeager misses that 15-foot birdie putt to finish out 14 under, but here's Lipsky, puts a little too much behind his 10-foot putt, and Yeager goes home with that hardware, your Emerald Coast Classic champion. If you've ever been to an Arnold boys soccer match, it's clear the team has chemistry. But if you take a look at the roster, you may understand why. You will find 2 Hattons, 2 Hotops, 2 Lebdowis, and 2 Conrads.
You know, being brothers, older brothers, little brothers. It's a great atmosphere, you know, a lot of playing around out here, but real serious when it comes down to it. So it's pretty fun.
I think the older brothers have kind of like brought the younger brothers along, kind of shown them how we do things around here as far as preparing for games and training and stuff. So you can kind of tell them when they're not doing something right or something that I wouldn't approve of. So
there's freshman Zach Hotop and senior Quentin Hotop. Sophomore Stone Hatton and senior Ridge Hatton, sophomore Cricket Lebdowie and senior Ben Lebdowie, and senior twins Titus and Cregan Conrad. Now, I grew up with 2 older brothers myself, so I know a little bit about a sibling rivalry. I watched as they mercilessly put each other down and argued about things like who was taller.
I bench more than Ridge. I'm more accomplished than Ridge. I'm better than Ridge.
He's kind of annoying. He always tries to be like me. He wishes that he was as strong as I am.
Well, in this case, that sibling rivalry seems to be paying off.
That's great. You know, you want the guys competing, and because you have brothers, you know, going back and forth at each other and trying to one-up each other, it just takes it up a notch.
The connection bringing a new aspect to their game, almost like a new coaching aspect.
I sort of feel myself in more in the games, kind of directing cricket a lot. I kind of tell them, give them direction on the field, tell them a lot more than I maybe would for other people, just because, I don't know, I feel some sort of responsibility for it.
He will always tell me where to go, who to mark, what I can do better, what I'm doing good, and he's just always hoping I do better on the field and trying to let me improve.
A team tends to be like one big family, but for almost half of the Marlins squad, it truly is. In Cam Collier's sophomore year of high school, he and his family decided to cut his 4 years at Mount Perrin Christian School short.
My advisor, my mom, my dad, my family, they thought I was ready for the challenge of challenging myself here at Chipola and come to the JUCO ranks.
Cam reclassified, getting his GED in 2021, and headed to Mariana after Christmas to join the Indians.
This high school he was at last year, they won the state championship, and not many guys in that level are going to pitch to him a lot, so he wasn't going to be challenged as much, and they wanted him to be challenged, and along with being able to be eligible for the draft this year as well.
While Cam may be younger than the rest of the Chipola team, he's no stranger to big league players. His father, Lou Collier, spent 8 seasons in the majors.
He's really helped me my whole career. He's the reason I'm as good as I am, and just a mentor, and him just being a father in my life.
That's not the only big league influence Cam has had.
Marquise Grissom and Marvin Freeman, 2 guys, more too, but those 2 guys really shaped me into the person and player I am right now, and they really helped me so much on my way.
The 6'2", 210-pound freshman has had a pretty solid season, batting .333 with 7 homers and 38 RBI.
We're treading in new water here. You don't see many guys coming out that are juniors in high school playing against collegiate guys. He's really started coming on the last few weeks, and I think really getting comfortable with where he is.
As the JUCO postseason sneaks up and the draft looms, Cam sits well on the MLB prospect rankings list at number 20.
It's something my dad always says, that this is probably the closest thing to pro ball you'll get. So I feel like this is how really prepared me in the competition and really the mental side and just like everything, because everybody's older and everybody's really good.
In Mariana, Julia Daniels, News Channel 7 Sports.